Hello, I'm Meraz.
This is Kiowa Gordon.
And I'm on FrConventions. Yeah, it was big because it was the first, it was my first acting gig. I was an extra on different projects for like 4 years. And at that time it was like the biggest, job as an actor to get. So to be my first one, and not only did I get one film, it was like 4 films altogether. I remember it was like hitting the lottery, like the jackpot. I don't know if you have it here in France, the jackpot.
It was my first job as an actor. It was just, it's like a kid walking into a candy store for the first time. You don't know what to do, really. It was a pretty magical time for me. I was just out of high school, and I got to see what a working set was actually like. And, we had green screens and all that, and then actually going out into like the woods of Vancouver and the forest there, and being out there and just seeing the beauty of the landscapes and working with wonderful artists. It was life-changing for me.
I got to work with some amazing people. Phil Tippett is like a legend in Hollywood for doing special effects like Star Wars, Jurassic Park. So being to work with him was really awesome for the special effects. To turn into the wolf, and that was big. I remember on New Moon because that was the first time anyone was going to see like a wolf transform into or a shapeshifter, or a wolf pack transform into a wolf. So I knew that was going to be a big moment for all the fans. Yeah. So for the wolf transformation, in LA we did what was called a body scan. They kind of put us on like a turntable. It's like kind of look at this. It was like a circle. You stand on it and it actually moves. And it was a cubicle, and it almost looks like a tanning, like a little something you go in with like tanning lights. But there was, I think it was like 1,000 different cameras that were inside. So you have to stand still and you turn, and all of them take photos and videos all around. And we had to do a full-on body scan like that. So then later, when we got to Vancouver, when we were filming New Moon and turned into a werewolf, they used those scans to kind of digitally remove us and transform us into a wolf.
For the first one I was a part of, when Jacob comes running out of his house because Bella just hit Paul and he transformed, so it's like Alex had to do this big huff and puffing, and then all of a sudden he just has to go down out of frame, and then they just digitized, like CGI'd a wolf right there, and then we have to pretend like there's a wolf here. So it's just, just make believe.
Oh, I remember the audition. I did a self-tape, because you had to, back then it was harder too. You had to send in like an actual VHS tape, I had to ship it in. And then I heard back that I got a call back. I was living in Arizona, not in Hollywood, not in California. I was like 7 hours away in Arizona. And they had, the callback was there. And then when I walked in, I remember the first person I saw in the waiting room was Kiowa. And Kiowa was actually reading for Paul, and I was reading for Sam. And so, I heard him, I don't know, I thought he was sick because he was like, I didn't know what he was doing. I guess he was transforming into a wolf or something. And then
I have my hair like all down in my face, and then so they told me to go to the bathroom and run some water through my hair and get it out of my eyes. So I go back, and this is my first audition, so it was pretty rough, but I had gone in there and did my whole routine, just getting like really angry because I was going out for Paul, so I just had to be like kind of angry, and I was like trying to like snarl and growl and like act like I was actually transforming into a wolf. So that was really funny to probably witness.
I go in and do a completely different role, and then it was about 6 weeks later I found out that I didn't get the role of Sam. I got the role of Paul, and I had no idea who Paul was. I hadn't read the books. I'm like, who? And I was told by my manager at the time, like, who cares, dude? You're in the films, So yeah, I remember that was for the audition. First day of set, I just remember we were shirtless. It was snowing, raining, and hailing, and then the rain wasn't enough, so they had to put a water tower over us and then pour more water on us. It was freezing water. They couldn't warm it up fast enough for it to when it was coming out. So I remember Taylor Lautner. He ended up getting like pneumonia. He got pretty sick that day. And, but yeah, that's all I remember. I just remember the rain and snow, and the cold.
And then then they had me like read some of Quill's lines and Embry's lines and Jacob's lines, because they didn't know if they were still going to go with Taylor or not at the time. And then a couple months later, we got an email. My mom comes in my room as I'm playing video games and tells me that I got the part of Embry. And then we go out to Vancouver. Before that, we go to what was it? Big Boy Studios or something like that in Burbank, California, and then we did like a whole like body scan of us so they can like transform us into wolves and all that. And I think they were going to make toys of us or something. And then we went to Vancouver, went to set, and first day was, I think, me in the garage with Taylor, Tyson, and Kristen, and they're building like their motorcycles, and me and Quill go in there and kind of rip Jacob a bit, and it was fun to have Chris Weitz, the director, coming in there and just, they had a wig on me and everything, and going in and just saying these lines. It was just so weird to be like, wow, this is my life. This is so weird. But you know, we got through it. The wolves, obviously.
Oh, wolves. Tall, dark, handsome.
If I would have to be a Cullen, I mean, I'd like to be Carlisle, because he's a doctor and he saves people. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Probably Rob. Yeah, I like Rob's. Edward. Yeah, Edward, why not? You know, you get all the power. You know, yeah.
It was fun working with, you know, Bronson, Chaskey, and Taylor, and Alex, and Tyson Houseman, and Kristen, Rob. Like, it was a close-knit little unit we had, and it was really, really cool to just be there in that moment, and then after, just to see where everybody else has gone after that. It's really cool.
Yeah, we had a good time. I knew, I would always tease him because he was, you know, he got really buff. I remember he was still a teen. I think he was like 17. He just turned 18 while we were filming, and so, you know, him getting muscle was like big for him. He was really excited, but I just felt like I'm going to treat him like a little brother. You know, I was like, I'm going to be the big brother. He's the little brother. So I kept calling him Shark Boy because he was in Shark World Lava Girl. I was like, all right, Shark Boy, settle down, you know. So we remember just teasing him a bit, but yeah, that day we had a good time. We actually had a good time. I remember the day before we filmed that, the night before we filmed that, we went to the gym, we worked out, we had a dinner, and we just talked about, you know, how huge this film's going to be, and you know.
Yeah, that would be really cool to just come back together and just kind of reminisce about the old days for a reunion. That'd be really cool. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I actually think I'm excited even just being here because I get to see, you know, I haven't seen Peter in 10 years. Kiowa, we both live in Los Angeles. It's been a couple of months since I've seen Kiowa, but Michael Welch, I haven't seen him in years. Ashley, you know, so anytime we do an event, you know, we get to come together to, you know, talk with fans and stuff. It's fun for me also to get to see, you know, the castmates and share stories. So definitely a reunion would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, it feels good. Yeah, I think this is a beautiful place to have a reunion. You know, Paris, it's very romantic, beautiful time as well. So I think it's good. It's felt like a lot of love, you know, this time of year.
Yeah, it does. It feels like a little mini reunion. It's just a handful of us, but it's like a flood of memories just coming back from when we first started doing this and going around the world. And meeting fans and taking pictures and saying hello. It's really magical, I think. Yeah, it's been really cool to see this like kind of renaissance of the fandom kind of making a splashback with it hitting Netflix, and it just all of a sudden everybody's watching it again.
Yeah, actually I do. I think it helped. The films are now on Netflix, so kind of everything came back around, more availability. But I think for the fans who were really into it, they're still into it because it meant so much to them, more than just it wasn't just a film that you enjoyed. It was a part of time. It was that specific time meant a lot, and so yeah, it was beautiful to be back here and see that and be in this beautiful land too. I think I really love Paris. And I love it more now that I'm back here. 10 years older now, I can appreciate things a lot more.
The interest is still there, and I mean the fans, they're diehard fans, and they call them Twihards for a reason. And I don't think it's ever going to leave their system. They'll always have a place for Twilight inside of them, and it's going to go on forever and ever. And it's just beautiful to have this chance to come out and see the fans again. Like, I haven't been out to a convention in a while, and I've never been to Paris, so that's a huge plus side of it all, is coming to Paris and seeing France. So it's been really amazing. The Red Road was an amazing experience. I loved it. I got to play, just a regular kid, just who really needed some guidance and like brotherly love or a father figure. And he kind of found that with Jason Momoa's character. And even though it wasn't the best shenanigans we got into, like robbing nursing homes and stuff, but it was just quite a large step in my growth as an actor and in my career, so it was really appreciated.
Yeah, the Suicide Squad, that was a good opportunity. I think everything got cut out though. My role was bigger, and then when the film came out, they hacked everything up. But that's not my job. But just being there, I remember we were filming for, let's say, 4 months. Really just Will Smith, working with him, that guy was amazing. And then after, we worked right after that on another project, Bright, where I was still working with Will Smith again. So I think I just learned a lot about how to work as an actor, how to relax, have fun with it. So yeah, it was definitely a beautiful experience.